Hey travelers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 20 steps I've taken to live a more sustainable and low impact life. Some of the things I'll be talking about today are habits I've changed, and some of them are just products I've started using. For me, it's not about being zero waste. It's about being more conscious about what I'm buying and who I'm buying it from, and also thinking about where it ends up when I'm done with it. Honestly, it's kind of weird thinking about all the stuff I've ever had that's still in a landfill somewhere, like the Princess toothbrush I had when I was 4. I do want to say that I don't think that the answer to climate change is buying sustainable products or being more eco-friendly. I know I'm not going to solve climate change by using a bamboo toothbrush, but being more conscious of what I'm buying does just make me feel good. It makes me feel better about knowing where my products are coming from and where they're going to end up. But that's a discussion for another day. Today we're just going to talk about some of the ways that I've easily transitioned to a more sustainable life and that maybe you could incorporate into your life as well. One thing that I've really enjoyed about switching to these different products and these different habits is that it just makes my life easier because I have less choices to make. For example, now I'm choosing to only buy cruelty-free and vegan makeup. It narrows down my choices and I feel better about what I'm buying, especially what I'm putting on my skin. And overall, buying eco-friendly products and changing your habits does help prevent putting more pollution and waste into our water and into landfills. And not to be depressing or anything, but trying to be more conscious and think about the planet isn't about saving the planet. Really, the planet's always going to be here. The real problem is saving the environment that we as humans need to live on this planet. If you want kids in the future or you have nieces and nephews like I do, it is important to think about the environment that those little kids are going to grow up in and how they're going to be able to live on this earth. And with all of that said, here's 20 ways that I've lowered my impact on the planet. No, I'm not perfect and I don't do it great 100% of the time, but I am working towards being more conscious. So the first category of changes or products that I've kind of implemented into my life is in the kitchen. I'll just start with the obvious and reusable water bottles and straws. This has been a huge controversy, I feel like, in the past couple of years, as people think that it doesn't make that big of a difference. But to me personally, I just enjoy having them, and it does remind me to drink more water, which is beneficial to my health. I do have a ton of reusable water bottles and coffee cups because I use them every day. I did buy my metal straws on Amazon a couple years ago before I stopped buying from Amazon, which I'll talk about later, but they're all in great condition and I use them every single day. The next thing I'm going to talk about, which is something I love to talk about, is Nespresso. I have a Nespresso machine that I bought almost 4 years ago now, and it works perfectly. I've never had a problem. All of the Nespresso pods are aluminum and are recyclable, and the coffee inside is composted. All I do every morning is throw the used coffee pod in the bag, and then when my bag is full, I either drop it off or put it in a mail slot. And it is prepaid packaging, so it costs nothing additional to do this. You can find all of the info on Nespresso's website. I'll link it down below. And something else I do in the kitchen that I can't really show is that I cut dairy out of my life. And it's kind of hard because Adam still does want to eat dairy, but he does eat it at a lower amount since we live together. But we do use almond milk and oat milk for all of our milk needs. I've transitioned to almost all dairy-free ice creams, which is the biggest thing for me. And then I pretty much just cut cheese out of my life, not because I don't love cheese, but because it's just not the best for you, and there's other ways to have like savory snacks without cheese. I initially reduced my dairy intake just because of my acne, but after reading more about the dairy industry's impact on the environment, it just pushed me further to be more serious about cutting dairy out of my life. On to the next. In the kitchen, it is so easy to use refillable storage containers. I have these, and sometimes I buy in bulk and just refill these, or I can always go to my co-op here in Rochester and just bring the container in and fill up my containers. The biggest benefit to using refillable containers is that you're reducing the amount of packaging that's going to end up in landfills. The next thing is to recycle, and I know that sounds so stupid because that's the first thing you would think of, but a lot of people don't do it. Here in New York, we also have can return, so we have 2 different recycling bins in our kitchen. One of them is for cans that can be returned for money, and then also the other one is just for our cardboard and paper products that need to get recycled, as well as aluminum and glass. Make sure you check out your specific city's rules on recycling and what can and cannot be recycled, because just if it has recycling on the package doesn't always mean that your town will actually recycle it. And the last thing I want to talk about for the kitchen is reusable Tupperware or Ziploc bags. I hate buying things over and over again. I hate buying Ziploc bags. I know they're gonna go in the trash and I feel like I'm wasting my money. I prefer to invest once in something that's gonna last me a really long time. So I have the reusable Ziploc bags, and then I just have a lot of storage containers at home. I have some that are glass with bamboo lids, and then I have some just plastic ones that I've had forever. And as long as you're using a reusable storage container or Ziploc bags, it doesn't really matter so much what material it's made out of, as long as you're not just throwing them away. The point is to reuse them and reduce your waste. The next category I'm going to be talking about is the bathroom. And I feel like the bathroom is a place where we find a lot of waste. There's, cosmetics, shampoos, conditioners, body washes, cotton pads, cotton products in general, and they're all one use and they all just get thrown away. So that was one of the places that I kind of targeted to reduce my waste. We use Who Gives a Crap, which is an Australian company that helps build toilets in third world countries. They're overall an amazing company, and I'll link them down below. It's amazing quality. It doesn't feel any different than regular toilet paper because it's made from bamboo instead of trees, and bamboo grows faster, so it's more sustainable. The next product I use in the bathroom that's more sustainable is Bite toothpaste. These are toothpaste nibs is what they call them, and they're basically just dry toothpaste bites, and they foam up like regular toothpaste. I actually really like them. I only use them when I'm traveling because I don't want to buy the travel size toothpaste and then just throw them away. I used to use them all the time, but I do feel like they don't get my teeth just as clean as I like them. But they do the job good enough if I'm only away from home for like a week. Again, here's one of my refillable storage containers with the bamboo lids and the glass. And inside of them, I have my reusable cotton pads. These are made of cotton, but they're reusable and washable. You can see that they kind of are tinted from my mascara, but I love them so much. There's exfoliating ones that are a little bit rougher for the skin to exfoliate with, and then some of them that are a little bit softer, which I use around my eyes to remove makeup. My favorite part about reusable cotton pads, and this kind of goes for a lot of the products, is that I never have to remember to re-buy cotton pads because I'm never throwing them away and I always have them. The next product I'm going to be talking about, I've talked a lot about on my Instagram, and that's the leaf razor. I invested in this bad boy last year and I'm so happy I did. Again, I never run out of razors. I used to use disposable razors and now I never have to worry about that. I do have the leaf refillable blades, so I just refill the blades whenever they get a little dull. But I do feel like my shaves are way better now. I don't get razor bumps nearly as much as I used to, and I just feel better about using a product that I'm not throwing out every couple weeks. One of the ways that I really reduced waste in my makeup routine was by not using sponges. I switched to all makeup brushes, and these will last me years and I don't have to repurchase them. So not only am I saving money in my makeup routine, but I'm also reducing my waste. Another product I've started using in the bathroom that helps me eliminate waste is the Meow Tweet deodorant. It is in a glass jar and a metal lid, so I can use the jar after I'm done with the product, which helps me to eliminate just throwing out my deodorant when I'm done with it. The product itself works pretty good. It's definitely an adjustment period if you're used to an aluminum-based deodorant, but this is better for your body and better for the environment. And The Ordinary is a great brand to use for skincare if you want to help reduce your plastic use in the bathroom. Almost all of their products come in glass containers, which I can either reuse or recycle. I also just love this brand because the products are what they say they are. There's no hidden ingredients that are gonna break me out, and the product itself just works. Okay, I know it sounds counterintuitive for me to be sitting here with a giant plastic bottle in front of you, but when you can't buy a reusable container like glass or cardboard, then buy in bulk. Buying in bulk prevents you from going back to the store to purchase more plastic all the time. This bottle itself is actually made of recycled materials, which makes me feel a little bit better, but honestly, I just can't sacrifice a good shampoo and conditioner yet for a shampoo and conditioner bar. I love this shampoo and conditioner, so I just choose to buy it in bulk instead of sacrificing my shampoo and conditioner. And I know I've said refillable products like 5 million times in this video already, but that is really a good way to reduce your waste. Eliminating buying travel-sized products really eliminates a lot of waste because it's a small amount of product you're actually going to use and a piece of plastic you're just going to throw away super soon. And the last category for this video is just going to be miscellaneous, just a couple things I do around my apartment to help me live a little bit more sustainably. One of the things I do that kind of falls in the miscellaneous category that I can't really show you is I air dry my clothes. My mom always told me to air dry my clothes to help the longevity of my clothing, especially delicate clothing. So I've been air drying most of my clothes since about the 7th grade. The only things I really throw in the dryer are towels and heavy cottons that aren't going to air dry as fast. And the next thing in my miscellaneous category is the reusable bag, which is super obvious. I feel like a lot of people use reusable bags at this point, but in my state, they do now charge you to use single-use bags, whether plastic or paper. So I'm kind of happy I've always been on the reusable bag train. So the last product I'm going to mention in this video is cleaning products. I use Blueland's cleaning products. I have the glass, the multi-surface, and the bathroom cleaner. The one thing I don't use from them is their foaming hand soap. I just don't think it works as well as I need it to, especially during a pandemic when I'm washing my hands constantly throughout the day. So I do get in bulk the Everspring foaming hand soap, and I do use refillable foaming hand soap dispensers. I do feel like the Blueland products clean just as well as other products. They are cleaner for your household too. They don't have any harsh chemicals in them. And I just put 1 tab in the bottle and then fill it with water. I do think that my bottles are a little bit smaller than what they suggest, so my products are a little bit stronger than if you use a bigger bottle with more water. I use reusable rags for all of my cleaning in my apartment. I hate buying paper towels because I feel like they're a waste of money and they're bad for the environment. But I just take old towels that we have laying around and I cut them to like little squares, and then I just have, 10 to 20 of these at all times. I do have separate towels, like dish towels to dry our dishes and then to dry our hands, but cleaning rags are so good to have around the apartment to replace paper towels. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is sustainable shopping, thrifting, secondhand shopping, all of those things. I used to buy a lot of my clothing at fast fashion brands like Forever 21 and Shein, and I've stopped buying from all of those brands and been really narrowing down what brands I want to give my money to. By supporting those brands, not only are you supporting really bad working conditions and unfair pay to the workers making those garments, but there's a huge problem we have with garment waste in our world, and I just don't want to contribute to that anymore. And just be conscious about what brands you are buying from. I have tried to stray away from Amazon because that's just a whole nother, that's a whole nother world, a whole nother discussion. Try to shop small and shop local so that you're giving your money to a person or a company that you believe in their values. When it comes to living more sustainably, it's up to you to what degree you're willing to do that. For me, there's some things I'm not willing to sacrifice yet, but I am making steps in the right direction. If this is something you're interested in, I would just suggest identifying where you're most wasteful in your life and then seeing how you can reduce that waste or get products that are reusable or just eliminate that waste altogether. Also think about ways to save energy or be more efficient or save gas. Like how I air dry most of my clothes, that's just a simple way to eliminate some of your energy use. I also have a brand new apartment, so I'm lucky that all of my appliances are high efficiency. Upgrading to high efficiency appliances is a great way to reduce your energy usage and to save money in the long run. If you'd like to see more videos, please hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.